English Phrases Part 3, by Sean Mayhew. He's an approachable modernist composer, easy to listen to. That's going to be an unpopular view, so I should put on my helmet and duck. The arts are devalued in this cultural ice age. We can't loftily assume we're always right. She's rather forbidding, a date with her would be like the Nuremberg trials. The production has much sensitivity, it's a charmer. Communists pursued their theory no matter how far from the evidence it took them. I hope not, but I think it's all too likely. It's attributed to him, but others may have had a hand in its design. He's noticed her favorably, she's in his radar screen. The youth orchestra is not just good considering but good absolute. He's not just an eclectic thinker but a magpie. The company lacks skilled personnel, so they might not be up to the job. She's a flamboyant, somewhat dizzy girl. She's not so slim and instead has an ample figure. We have guests from the university with us today, so, no fighting or spitting please. He's in the running for one of the management slots. There was some turf I didn't cover in the talk. It was mostly surface nonsense, just froth. The advocates for this view come in every shape and color. If I'm hearing you correctly, there seems to be a contradiction here. Mozart's is a rewarding world to get into. More privileged groups can bring a condescending, well-fed attitude. But I guess I don't really know. Hurrying back to the main point, the reasoning is traced to antiquity. The performance brings out the work's convolution and demonry. The room has a bathroomy acoustic. They're not above bribery, it's a lot of money. If I can come down a couple of philosophical rungs here, please summarize the overall meaning. After that the conversation took on a different hue. You're going to his office upstairs, we won't spread any rumors. The vacancy arose, so he was tapped and he accepted. I'm not sure what it means, you got me. If you value a relationship, then roving eyes will bring you trouble. Too much sightseeing, I'm museumed out while the ostentatious wealth leaves me grossed out. She's an artist of considerable resource. There's a snake in the grass here, be careful with this or it'll stop the process. Don't be taken in, it's only glitter on the surface. He apologized profusely for the mistake. Look at those flying pigs over there, that's one far-fetched idea. I doubt you'll uproot his prejudice. Take some indefinite travel time, don't make too many concessions to real life. You're amazing, a hush falls on our trivial conversations at the mention of your name. Few can claim to know it so well. His creativity never reveals itself more generously than in these works. I wouldn't trust him, he's not about to grow wings and play the harp. Regarding the heating, well, we just saw a penguin walk past the door. I've enthused long and loud about this. We pursue our busy and anxious tasks, sometimes forgetting they have limited wider significance. You're winding them up, but wind away, it needs saying. Keep away from the subject and let him be on his merry way. It's a work that dwells long in the mind. He has a mouse-like reticence and won't say anything. The design stands or falls on its practicality. Taking one for the other was a howling mistake, a howler. It's more gate-squeaking modern music. The original opening unfortunately gives way to pastiche. The work has a dark-hued opening. The tension is held throughout, it's edge-of-the-seat stuff. It's the same kind of material, he's just parroting their work. Let me ask from the depths of my ignorance how this can be. It's laughingly called an education system, but it's just indoctrination. That's how their reasoning works, and in some such way we get this result. It's a cynical decision and people take a dim view of it. Being of imposing stature, he has the better of it in such moments. Textures and sonorities are terraced, clarifying the sound. Having seen such problems, I'm already bitter and twisted. It's come to something when truth is in fiction and falsity in science. The work gets a vital interpretation here. It's a talk on history, I'll be holding forth for half an hour. It was quite their worst fears. Mistaken theories drive people to acts of interpretive violence. He's fallen for her. It's hardcore avant-garde, not softcore popular classics. There's been a lot of research, it's a well-documented area. Be fully awake to the dangers. He overprojects the role to provide some hollow results. Make a shrewd choice, don't be a featherbrain, a birdbrain. His work is controversial, but I'm a devotee. It's a great performance caught on the wing in this recording. I'd offer that it would take too long to finish. She wouldn't hear of the idea. Some dramatic moments pass by without one's pulse quickening as it should. Taking a stanceless position can make you seem dull. He wouldn't venture there and hence is an alarmist about it, but it's not particularly unsafe. I've tried for a while, but I don't think it's for me. A remarkable personality, she's still spoken of in odd tones. A relationship should be a two-way street. It gets their approval, they call it by a term of endearment. The pianism lacks authority, becoming scampering and clattery. You're on shaky ground arguing that way, the reasoning is flawed. The film is another cliché-fest, horror-fest, a froth-fest. The bad language needs toning down. The music is largely unstructured sonic fantasy. He weighed in against the idea. There's little memorable material, the invention is thin. I was making eyes at her to no advantage. She's more bookish and might be suited to this research. The performance is mannered and perfumed. My heart wasn't in it and results were mediocre. The pub's squalid, a rabbit hutch. Her analysis betrays much sadness. It's avant-garde music, throwing the toolbox down the stairs stuff. It's at once intellectual and emotional. It has echoes of previous works and pre-echoes of works after it. Marriage give you someone by your side. There are heavies guarding each doorway. The students like it, they've taken to it in a big way. Get a girlfriend to melt your cold heart. Later it didn't seem right, I had an uneasy conscience over it. It's a full-on, graphic depiction of the war. These are easygoing, light-hearted novels. The civilization flourished and had its hour in the sun before slipping into decline. She gave me the approving once-over look. The argument needs more thought, it's soaring off the branch you're sitting on. The stabbing phrases and malice can't be taken too seriously. The change derailed her plans. They opened the beer early and trashed the evening. His superior work carried the others. She made a strong contribution and was singled out for praise. After this great figure the rest of music history is just details. The discussion's terms aren't clear and it becomes nebulous. In this endeavor I'm last and by all means least. There are many minor points but this is the clinching argument. It's okay but by no means perfect. Money can bring happiness but the two hardly coincide exactly. He was unhappy, his language getting less than fragrant. She has a life-loving personality, consistently upbeat. Keep things practical with this, you don't need high-minded analysis. Many errors have no remedy but can enrich the mind. She's clever, having acuity of mind. Most of them strongly agreed while the dissenters were hounded off. I'm not sure about this wobbly blancmange morality. Her appraisal of you is generous. Being consigned to obscurity is too good for such crazy ideas. The mainstream media bulldozer crushes impartiality. They've never known hardship and see the world through rose-tinted glasses. They have conflicting interests making prospects for agreement dim. I'm tired and must crash for the night. He's an original thinker who's made many converts. She's confidently unhurried in dealing with it. It was a galactically stupid mistake. They begin with different definitions and hence talk past each other. He's on hand for any extra work this month. Recheck the bill, it looks too steep. He tried to move on before they asked questions that would knock holes in his excuse. My elevated discourse on the theory proves it wrong. He's unscrupulous and thick-skinned. He's an ineffectual dictator with a personality cult, a puffed-up frog. It's witty play but here gets a more straight-faced account. Socialism is wedded to equality. The work is difficult on the ear as well as to play but this pianist is its suffering hero. Use visuals to enliven and point up your presentation. Avoid shop talk with those not involved around. For uninspiring places this is the end of the road. Philosophy with its far-fetched ideas is the original Mickey Mouse subject. He was keeping low but they smoked him out. It's an industrial-strength coffee. The playing is inward to do justice to the music's depths. It's hard to take this statement seriously, perhaps there are other motives present. They were badly treated and are bubbling cauldrons of resentment. They're outsiders on a need-to-know basis. The food was abundant and company good, they had a whale of a time. It's still a sensitive matter, there's a deafening silence about it. I have a special place for these works, I got to know them early in life. He's a good artist of the second rank. There are plenty of thick books on it, you can shovel feed yourself. It takes a radical view, I nearly fell off my chair when reading it. She gave points he'd prepared before his chance to speak, she stole his thunder. They're not the smartest on the block. Don't leave that thought at the door, it remains important if unpopular. You need a bucket load of patience. He's on strings, entirely controlled from elsewhere. I can't accept that no, on your bike. Relax and take stock of what you've done so far. My views are too much for most people, I'm on the far side. It's a dreary pub only for when all hope is lost. It's a scatterbrained layout of buildings, reflecting badly on the designers. You're amazing, a rare and celestial girl. Many people stand up for nothing and instead will bark and wag their tail whenever required. She advances a plausible theory. This isn't raw data, it's been cooked to give a chosen impression. The border town has plenty of creeps on the make. Don't be an airhead, talking but saying nothing. She has impressive insights for her years, being young. I'll try and enlist her help in this. The books bang the same drum for right-wing values. How it can be issued valid yet is then invalid is something known only to the bureaucrats. The interrogators have a few suspects and are sweating them down. Overall I disagree but it's good point, one to you. His later work is less inspired, it doesn't catch fire. The varied influences in this period produce cross-currents in the artworks. There's a profound and transporting slow movement. We're running out of low-hanging fruit to take easily and more effort will shortly be needed. We expected trouble with the officials and the fun started right away. Read the introduction to find your feet. I wasn't being practical, I had both feet firmly planted in the clouds. The company had a slow start with low profits but became a runaway train. The party types will creep back to their crypts by morning. The argument is pointless, it doesn't obtain. Her account of this is wide of a close to the mark. This last loss-making contract will bring the curtain down on the show. It can stand comparison with most of the competition. The problems of corruption have been taken to their logical extreme. A conclusion here. Market conditions are tough but we're surviving and holding our own. Everything is provided, the whole enchilada. There were several dismissals following the inquiry, heads had to roll. These ideas are a huge sell with the average person. There's a lot of support, they're behind you all the way on this. Us and the world are always changing, you can't step in the same river twice. The performance alerted us to an exceptional group. He asked you and now her to help with it, he changes horses quickly. Both things can't be true, something has to give. The town's run down and dangerous, it's a hole in the ground. What's more, there are arguments from witness testimony. Most people are struggling but a few are privileged, it's alright for some. They identify with society so critique is too much for them, you'll be talking to fence posts next to a bonfire. The city has a rich and storied history. I know I'm right and the consequences aren't important, the chips can fall where they may. I like her ideas and writing style, she does it for me. It'd be great if others spoke up, I'm singing solo with no supporting music. We're on the same wavelength and usually agree. You'll be shown the door if they find you don't fit in. It's against the facts and can be dismissed with a bored yawn. We used to argue but that's all under the bridge now. He's in reflective clothing, like a Christmas tree. The cynics and their condemnation are in lockstep on this. They didn't think anything of it at first but the alarm bells should have been ringing. They're a pliant and pushed around group of staff. It hasn't been working for me here, I'm jumping ship. He's a disciplinarian, a crusty old colonel. It was pretty stupid, they have the brains of shellfish. The system soon reabsorbs such initiatives, they have short shelf lives. What he said, yes that's correct. It'd be illogical and out of character, it doesn't compute. It's my contention that their actions are because of the environment. They asked tedious questions, they were having their day's fun with us. She's superheated with desire. Few are interested in the genre's more obscure works and just stick to the main highway. Such wayward ideas are found in spades in his earlier work. It's disinformation, more smoke and mirrors. The work has great passion, blows your head off. She supports it because of background interests, she has a dog in the fight. It's a slow drip feed release of information. Don't be too proactive though, they don't want you looking under any rugs. You're preaching to the choir, they're already singing this. The text is for those with more expertise in the subject, it's upstream of me. It's the same product just with more superficial bells and whistles. I have only a passing interest in it. News presenters are mindless and gushing. I was following the arguments but ran aground with the final section. The product's latest incarnation is on sale. The production's highly polished surfaces don't obscure depth of content. I say it with a view to making them ask questions. They're keeping in good terms with the managers, treading the well-worn path for success. The article provides the thesis a robust defense. Taking a wider view, this sort of thing will happen sometimes. He'll be spaced out after this long in the bar. They approach the debate from different angles and don't really lock horns. Many fail the course, it's no walk in the park. Look after the place, hold the fort for us while we're gone. Most minds are conditioned in minor detail by culture. There are errors from time to time. Before election the party said they'd provide a perfect land of milk and honey. The fog of this philosophy only thickens further as the text goes on. This evidence should win over many skeptics. It's a work of surpassing quality. Intolerance is gaining ground and reason is in retreat. I've long since given up on that. It has a few issues but overall is well thought of. The contrasts really stayed with me. It's uncontroversial, I find little to dispute here. It's at least clear from all this that the system has problems. It's a prolix text to plow through. He kept to moral standards and lived a blameless life. It's page after page of inspired content. Such criticisms only nip at the heels of my genius. It's masterly in the extreme. I'm not sure if that follows, I wouldn't push the argument that far. It's unusual and offbeat. Moronic mass media heaps indignity upon indignity. Okay, advice duly noted. Previous personnel are in the new administration, it's old wine in new bottles. She wants to get it done, she means business. His arguments are strong and he's yet to be evicted from this position. It's okay for me only in small doses. She speaks well and makes a fine ambassador for the cause. Many kings have come and gone in blood. The product dominated the market with the competition getting buried. The place is a high church of kitsch. It's best to traffic in opinions that can be discussed rather than facts. She's up it, having come from no cuddled background. They've taken empty materialism to a new level. It's still held in high regard even if there are better examples. It didn't work well and the complaints came thick and fast. He's a nationalist but stationed to one side of that interpretation. I'm highbrow in my outlook, they're only middlebrow. They've been working here some years. The film stridently challenges accepted values, it's a stink bomb. It compares well with the established version. I previously worked in a restaurant and know my way around a kitchen. Unsettling fragile identities is my great gift in life. Corruption has found new extremes in these rulers. Rely on your wits to see you through. I don't find my loyalties to the older issue much disturbed by this. Have a look at the offer and think it over. I'll sound out the others with the proposals. This interpretation of the work tramples roughshod over the finer shading. They know the problems but haven't yet found solutions thereto. In these works he's only commenting on his greater previous achievements. Years of smoking provided his gravel mixer voice. It has some eloquent and persuasive thought. The writing is tightly argued throughout. She hadn't expected any such revelation and it brought her up short. Fraternizing with them was seen as far too uppity. It's a depiction more of power than poetry. Access to the border area is situational, depending on current international relations. She's like mustard with the computer system, working through it fast. He's always breaking rules, the black sheep of the group. People today are an echoing vault of lost community. These artworks have depth and reach. It's gained support from many quarters. There's some excessive point making, it could have more subtlety. Don't talk to him for a while, keep him dangling. The transport system works well, it rocks. They censor other viewpoints, comment will soon be zapped. He went to the bar and will be in an alcoholic haze by now. The production has confidence and swagger. I know we've been here before but perhaps we can look at the reasoning again. I agree entirely, I'm with you all the way on this. They're much younger but respect them and never talk down to them. I struggled long and hard. I'm wondering if there's a discount for larger orders, you have to ask these things. They're keeping up appearances but things might not be smooth under the surface. There have been uncountably many instances. Their objections are only floor stamping and can be overridden. It can't be done that way, it's pointlessness. The writing is difficult and heavy going at times. They ignore problems and want to see everything as sweetness and light. It's one of the great peaks of literature. Their correspondence is a series of gladiatorial exchanges. It's the worst by some margin. They'll likely wade in with their stock objections. I annoyed them royally. There are drunks, creeps and other unmentionables. She's not coming, she's doing her own thing tonight. For tasks like that he's the best in the business. Some will disagree with the decision and cutting remarks from the sidelines are likely. This new idea rests contentedly with accepted theory. Puritan and overstuffed attitudes are still with us. I'd move heaven and earth to see her. Gallons of ink were wasted trying to justify it. It's hardly a fair match, a minnow against a whale. There are several options, let us know which way you jump. It's a contemplative and darkly drawn rendition. These ideas could be furthered, they have much promise. She has an indirect, elliptical style. Such interpretation of the text will court controversy. The plans were unerringly carried out. The music's detractors try to say it's only an emotional toboggan ride a ski ride. Police work is often a thankless task. Their cultured tone of voice is a put-on, really they're out of their depth. Maybe I didn't make that clear, I can backtrack a little before going on. The paper unflinchingly rubbished the establishment view. This point needs foregrounding and making transparent, not just presupposing as understood. He's fair in these dealings, he plays with a straight bat. It's just another television news saw piece, full of lies. Voicing barrel-chested opinions isn't a great idea, be more cautious. He's not hard-hearted enough with her, he isn't a tough guy. Avoid fraudsters, don't be blockheaded or boneheaded. It's a tired argument and won't win them over. My efforts in this are a trail of wreckage. The last edition was too long and needs to cut some dead wood. Only a few of his works have come down to us. To explain I should wind back first to when I met her. Her ladyship will be ready in her own time. So he didn't support you, that's some friend you have there. There's a wall-to-wall nightlife scene. His youthful rebellion disappeared and he became a pipe and slippers character. She had a final comment and with that she left. Taking an initial walk around this set of ideas with they seem left-wing. She gave an account of it in minor detail. This thinker's temple is only halfway up the mountain, the pinnacle is rather to be found with his successor. It's mindless pop culture, just bubblegum. It's not making any distinct claims, as yet being only an unfermented mixture of ideas. He's impassioned, a hurricane of a speaker. Upstanding members of society are not always what they seem. Capitalism makes for an aggressive dog-eat-dog society. The theory breaks down and doesn't admit to this kind of application. Communism's entire false coinage of ideas gave way. You can't rely on distant possibilities, make more concrete plans. It takes time to get into, it's among his most impenetrable and unfathomable works. You've shown tireless industry in this. You have to do backflips and front flips when they want you to. She has a bit more about her and gets plenty of attention. They're only on the course to jump through the hoops and pass and otherwise don't much care. Sadly nothing indecorous went on. It's in the fantasy genre, sword and sorcery stuff. The election results are a splash of cold water for the establishment. I had her in my sights and blew it. If there's trouble in the ranks he'll intervene and knock heads together. She wasn't about to take him up on his offer. The book waves a flag for the free market. It wouldn't be forcing his sense too much to say that it'd cover for other groups also. You'll have to gloss over the negative points best you can. She was unsparing in her criticism. Politicians find a few things to dangle in front of you to vote for them. It comes from wherever, it's irrelevant. It's promoted as salvation for the customer, in messianic style. Socialists have the moral high ground with their values of fairness. It's a cheap and nasty plastic edition. The fine opening work shows up the lack of inspiration later. He threw up his arms in despair. There's a junior version of it too, the same but smaller. It's a bit rough and ready but nothing more is needed. Occurrences have mushroomed lately. The music's cacophonies are tedious. She was angling with some small talk to no more. Give it your unswerving attention. She has technical prowess and is up to the role's demands. He speaks with reserve about it, we're not sure why. It's an ever-busy script, full of content. Their airs and graces are a cover for discrimination based only on social class. I was down for a while after losing out unfairly. It's her parrot cry on the subject, saying nothing new. I'm holding out before buying, hoping prices will fall rather than rise. I strutted my stuff without compromise. The style was cultivated in the early decades and blossomed in the later. It's exhilarating, music of sheer ascent. It's a cultured performance for the work's classical values. It was far removed from the truth. The work has many influences and the resulting brew lacks distinction. I had to oblige her, purely in the line of duty. It follows standards of production but has attracted much criticism. He stays relaxed and laid back. It's all rather hard-driven and unforgiving when the work needs more sensitivity. It makes a pleasant refuge, one of the area's better-kept secrets. She distinguished herself in its handling. It begins well but falls into episodic and haphazard construction. It's the crucial point and needs underlining in blood. Wagner asserted his claim to the Beethovenian succession. She's an expert of the front of first rank. The work has a prolixity of surface comment over substance. It's a minor work but keeps a foothold in the repertory. Expose their evils publicly and stick it to them. Be more diplomatic in your complaining, don't bend it too much. The bureaucracy is a hydra snake growing new heads the more you cut them off. He has breadth of vision, seeing further and deeper. It's an oppressive environment, everyone goes in fear. I wouldn't go as far as that, just keep it simple. It's offensive, you need gloves on before reading it. It was successful and became a template for later works. It's dissonant modernist music, thorny stuff. He often rolls up late. Their self-importance is lightheadedness from inhaling their own hot air. Dash off a reply to the message quickly. Your grades outshine mine. She's a fine artist but only now getting some regard. The murky waters of management policy have darkened further with this. Another slab of legalese to be mindful of. An idea early on anticipates later developments.